Y'all don't really want it like I'm good, but with.
All right, it's been a long time, but I have returned. This is Jerry the Worm Wiseman. Welcome, everyone, to And Then the Bell Rings Radio. I want to apologize off the top of the bat. I'm a little under the weather, fighting off the flu, pneumonia, whatever the hell it is that's going around down here in Hillbilly Town, but I'm back on the air, and we have a show tonight that is going to be controversial, to say the least. My guest tonight is Ian Rotten, and we'll get to him in just a second. First, I want to take care of a little business. One of my best friends in the business and one of the legends of the business, Bobo Brazil Jr., is in the hospital, in Jewish Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky, after having suffered several mini strokes and seizures. He is seeing some effects of that on the left side of his body, some speech issues, and is looking at several months of rehab. So keep Bobo Brazil Jr. in your thoughts and prayers as you go about your day. Also going to talk real quickly about the Ohio Wrestling Alliance returning to Wapakoneta, Ohio on May 20th at Route 33 Rhythm and Brews with May Mayhem. The main event for that match will be Victor Bruiser taking on Satan with a Disciple of Darkness for the Ohio Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship in a Collar of the Damned match, which is a dog collar match, but to a pinfall finish. Also going to see Trailer Park Trash on the show against Nightmare Jimmy Lee. Vladik Vornov against High Profile Will Esquire. Frank Stiletto is scheduled. And a new match has just been signed, Sassy Stephanie against Hardcore Heather Owens. So it is going to be a great show. Look up Rhythm and Brews online at rhythmandbrews.com to get your tickets. Tickets are $12 each. Should be a great night of professional wrestling action. You can also get tickets at the OhioWrestlingAlliance.com website or Gromy's CDs and Tapes in Lima, Ohio. Now, my guest this evening is very controversial for a number of reasons, many of which we will get to here very shortly. And I want to warn everybody that this conversation could get explicit. It could end very badly. So this is kind of at your own risk. So be prepared for anything and everything, because you just never know what's going to happen with Mr. Ian Rotten, who joins us now. Ian, welcome to And Then the Bell Rings Radio.
Thanks for having me.
Ian, we need to talk a little bit about a few things here. Your reputation in the business is not what one would consider a stellar reputation. You have a history of owing people money by your own admission. You owe over 10 people over $3,000. You have done benefit shows in the past, one for one of your referees, Harry Palmer, who needed a headstone for his young son that passed away. And the stories that came out of that show was that it was a full house. You were doing great on concessions. And the amount that you gave Harry Palmer was in $500 or less. There are allegations that you had a physical altercation with Mickie Knuckles and did some bodily injury to her. And you also said that you are scheduled to be in the main event this weekend for JCW, which is the Insane Clown Posse, and their Jugaloo Championship Wrestling. And I have in front of me the lineup for that show that lists the main event as Corporal Robinson against Richie Boy Briar Wellington. So who are we to believe when it comes...
First of all, dude, you just broke a cardinal rule of anything of reporting and lost all credibility with me whatsoever. I told you that off the record. It's a surprise thing, and you just blew it.
It's not a surprise thing, Ian, if it's on the Internet, and it's part of what the ICP is putting out. And, there are no surprises when it comes to ICP. And my credibility is far more valid than yours at this point, because the number of phone calls that I've received today concerning you in this interview and the heat that I've gotten for even having you on my show, is just been unbelievable. This has been one of the most talked about shows that I've done in months. So it's not a surprise. You're not listed on the lineup sheet that I have directly from the ICP. So your credibility with me is less than what it was before we started this conversation and before we had our conversation earlier this afternoon. So I mean, how do you explain? Let's just start with one of the biggest debacles. One of the biggest debacles that is really dogging me right now is the thing with J.C. Bailey.
Are you going to let me talk? Are you going to let me talk?
Sure, go ahead. I'll give you a couple of minutes here before I get into what I need to.
Okay. 2 weeks ago, Corporal Robinson was scheduled to face Richie Boyd, and I was the one that wrestled Corporal Robinson. So, you destroyed all credibility. I asked you, do you know what off the record means? You said, yeah, because you. Yeah,
I know what off the record means, but I also check my facts, and I especially check my facts when I know people are trying to work me, and I'm not going to be worked. Okay. And, I go to the source, and the source is ICP. But we're not going to dwell on that. That's really a non-issue. That's just one more thing that you're not truthful about, at least at this point. Okay. Now, if you come back this Saturday and you are on the Internet pay-per-view, you are in Detroit, then I will retract what I said.
Well, first of all, the show's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's not in Detroit.
All right, I'm sorry, Milwaukee. I apologize. You are correct. Let's talk about one of the things that is dogging you the most, okay? And that is the thing with J.C. Bailey and the funeral, and J.C. Bailey in general, all right? Now, J.C. Bailey, for those that do not know, is the son of Joe Bailey, one of the most well-known people down around in the Mid-South area. His son got into the business. You took him under your wing, and there was a night that J.C. worked for you 5 times. Was it a King of the Death Match event? Am I correct in saying that?
He worked 4 times in 2 days.
Okay. All right, 4 times in 2 days. And the report that I got, that he got $60 from you and a handful of pills. Now, you said earlier, and I'm going to quote you, you paid J.C. $110 for working those 4 or 5 times, whichever the case may be, and then J.C. came and bought pills from you. Is that a correct statement?
Well, actually, you also have to add in the fact that he was also paid $75 on night 1. So totally.
All right, so $185 then is what you're telling me he was paid.
Okay, but then he was also wiped away his debt that he owed me money. Okay? Before Jason went to jail over the Walmart TV incident, he borrowed money from me. And we went through this earlier. He borrowed money from me. I borrowed the money from Mike Burns in order to give it to him. And on top of that, J.C. stole something from my house that was valued at $80. So
right, and from what I understand, he repaid you for that. Is that correct?
No, he did not. He did, when he repaid me for it, he repaid me by working at the King of the Death matches and the April shows. Okay.
Now, at the shows where you paid him $100 and whatever dollars, and you said he came and bought pills from you after the show, is that a fair statement? You sold J.C. pills at your show.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes you a drug dealer. You sold drugs to an addict. Is that a fair statement? You sold drugs to an addict.
No, I sold some pills to a guy that was in pain after working.
Well, it's an interesting way to spin it, but the bottom line is that you paid the boy to wrestle for you 4 or 5 times over a couple of days, and then he gave you back money to buy pills. And you're not an apothecary, you're not a dispensary, and you're not a pharmacist. So you basically sold him illegal drugs. Is that a fair statement?
Whatever you want to say.
No, I'm asking you to clarify.
No, because
I'm not saying you did or you didn't. I'm asking you to clarify. You just said you sold pills to JC.
You're going to twist it into whatever you want to say.
I'm not twisting it. I'm asking you a question. You answered you sold pills to JC. So no matter how you look at it, you sold pills that were illegal, that were not prescribed to JC Bailey for money. That is a fair statement, yes?
Well, I had to pay for them, so yeah, he paid for them also.
Okay, but they weren't prescribed for him. They were prescribed for you?
Yep.
Okay. All right, we have that cleared up. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about Mickie Knuckles. That's another thing that's dogging you a little bit here. Now, you when we talked earlier today, and for those that would not be privy to that phone call, Ian and I did talk for quite some time today, basically going over a little bit of what would be covered on the show today. And I told him then he would be shown no mercy, but I would be fair, and but it would be brutal at times. And you claim that you had an affair with Mickie Knuckles, and that you two had an altercation, that she got in your face, and that you pie-faced her. Is that a correct statement?
If you put it in the short term of it, yeah.
Okay. Now, would you confirm or deny that you headbutted Mickie?
No, I didn't headbutt Mickie. In matches,
Did you put your full body weight on her bad leg at any time?
No.
Did you attempt to stab her with a screwdriver?
No.
Okay, and how do you answer the fact that she claims that you two never had an affair?
Why would I tell my wife I had an affair that I didn't?
Well, I can think of many reasons why you might tell your wife you had an affair with Mickie. You're pissed off at your wife. You know, you're having problems in your marriage. You think maybe your wife had an affair. I mean, there's a plethora of things that would cause you to say something of that nature, just to piss Patty off. And, you know, it may not necessarily be true. So you are saying that Mickey's a liar and that none of these things that I just mentioned happened. Is that correct?
Correct, you are.
Okay. Now, you held a benefit show for Mickie. Is that correct?
Yep.
And the benefit show raised roughly $800?
I think something like that, yeah.
And she received no portion of that money?
She lives with me, dude. I was paying her bills. I paid her bills.
Okay. Going back to J.C. Bailey for a minute, did you say at the funeral if J.C. was not laying in the box, he would be fucked up on pills?
No, I did not.
You did not say that?
No.
Okay.
What I did say was if J.C. was still here, J.C. would do what he would want to do when he wanted to do it. There was nobody that stopped him. And in the conversation, in the essence of the conversation, was talking about, you know, if we could have done something to help him out.
Now, are you familiar with a Rivera jacket that you get from Japan?
Sure.
Okay. Do you own one of those?
I sure do.
And how did you obtain that?
I came back from Japan and was mad that I got a T-shirt, and at the time Cocaine was living with me and my wife and my mother-in-law and stuff, and you know, he was like, "Hell, Johnny, it don't mean nothing to me. Here, you have mine." So that's how I got mine. Now,
you had a show when you ran on Dixie Highway in Louisville, and we touched on this earlier, and I'm reading an email from a source that says, let me find it here real quickly. The boys worked for free a few days before your birthday so that you could buy air conditioning, raise money to buy air conditioning for the Kmart building. This was summer of '98, a few days before your birthday. Everybody worked for free, had a good house, and a week later, one of the security guys for the shows asked if Ian was buying air conditioners or not, and said no. In fact, Ian just bought a brand new TV for his birthday in his double wide and new clothes.
Well, first of all, the summer of 1998, I wasn't even in the Kmart building.
Well, just earlier today, weren't we talking about the Eddie Gilbert Memorial that took place, and wasn't that 98?
Yeah, in February of 98.
So in 98, you were in the Kmart building.
The summer of 98, we were not in the Kmart building. Rocky had lost it. Who was the guy that owned it? Lost the licensing right for the bingo side of the building, and we weren't in there.
Now, do you make it a habit of paying some of your workers with drugs or pot?
No.
No. You've never paid anybody outside of JC with any kind of illegal narcotics or prescription drugs or with marijuana?
Nope. I've never paid anybody with that.
I'm sorry?
I said I never paid anybody with that, including JC.
Well, right. You just said that you sold drugs to JC, though. Right?
That's not paying him with drugs.
No, it's not paying him, but it's selling them to him. And there's really little difference. And let me tell you why, okay? You're paying the kid, but then he's giving you back the money for something else. So you're really just making an exchange in pay. Like if I ran a business.
Do the whole thing, would you let me
talk?
Sure. Would you let me talk? If
Yeah,
I had
please.
to do the whole thing over with JC again, I wouldn't have done it. But like you said, the guy just wrestled 4 times, and he came up and asked me, if I could help him out, and I did. That's the end of it. No matter how many times you want to throw it up, that's the deal.
Okay. Ian, you have a lot of things going against you. You are banned in Kentucky, although you say that you can apply and get a license at any time. You had wrestling banned in the National Guard armories in Indiana for a number of years, and it took several promoters and a lot of ass-kissing in order to get wrestling back in there. You have multiple enemies trying to stop you from running. Your reputation precedes you. You've admitted to things that most people in their right state of mind with a conscience wouldn't do. Why should anybody believe what you're wanting them to believe now?
Wait a minute. You said I'm admitting to things with anybody in the right state of mind would not do.
Anybody in their right state of mind would not sell drugs to somebody with an addiction problem. Okay? I'm a sane person. I'm college educated. I've been in the business since I was 8 years old. That's 34 years I have in this business.
You've been in the business since you were 8 years old. Well, that promoter needs to be talked to.
Oh, I was taking pictures, brother, so I was around the boys back then, and I knew how life was back then, and it hasn't changed a whole lot over the years. So I've been in and around this business for 34 years. And and I know the drug use goes on, and I know what goes on in the back.
I've done things that I regret, sure, but the things that I've done, I'll admit to. I'm not going to dodge. You know?
But the people now that you want to believe you going into these buildings that you want to try and run.
I'm not dodging anything. You know?
But how are you going to convince these people that you're wanting to go in and try and run that you've changed, Ian? When the reputation that you have is so horrendously damaged, how are you going to convince them? How are you going to convince the people that are like the Jerry Wisemans and the Joe Baileys and the others that are out there that don't want to see you have anything to do with this business? How are you going to convince those people that you are a changed person?
First of all, I've done, I have done some messed up things, but I've done more for the wrestling business than you two ever will. I know more about the wrestling business.
What have you done for the wrestling business?
You and Joe Bailey will ever forget.
What have you done for the wrestling business?
What have I done for the wrestling business? I have helped create more talent and done more things for young guys in the business.
Like whom? Whom have you created that you haven't killed or maimed?
CM Punk, Evan Bourne, Colt Cabana. Certainly helped out Alex Shelley.
Okay, you did not create CM Punk. You used CM Punk for your benefit. OVW created CM Punk.
I didn't say create. I said develop. I developed more talent.
You said create. If I could go back and rewind it, you said you created CM Punk, damn it. And OVW created CM Punk.
No, OVW did not put CM Punk in the ring with Eddie Guerrero 4 times. OVW did not put CM Punk in the ring with Jerry Lynn. OVW did not put CM Punk in the ring with Sabu. Tracy
but
Smothers,
OVW took CM Punk to the next level. You didn't. You used CM Punk for your personal gain.
Okay, well, that's your opinion, and I have a different opinion.
Well, certainly, and you're entitled to it. But I'm asking you a question. How are you going to convince people that you have changed, that what you're offering now as part of a wrestling show is not the shit that you offered before? It's not the same that it was. How are you going to convince people of that?
Please explain me shit.
Well, 95% of normal wrestling fans consider your type of matches, the hardcore matches, they're passé, and they're shit shows. You use a lot of backyard people. You use a lot of kids with no experience. Then you don't pay them a whole lot if you pay them at all.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Come on, Ian. Who are you trying to work, me or yourself?
Tell me who this backyard people is that I'm using.
Hang on a minute. I have somebody here that wants to call you. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Go ahead. Speak up.
Ian.
You're on the air with Ian and Jerry.
Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ain't gonna work. Fuck.
I'm happy you're there. You can hear me though, right?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
Nice. I'm fantastic.
Even know who the fuck this is?
Yeah, it's Mickie.
Yeah, so why do you want to tell people some bullshit lies that you didn't beat the fuck out of me, and then you want to spread about 5 or 6 rumors that I got to hear about when I go to Illinois, and when I go to fucking Chicago, and when I go to fucking St. Louis, and they tell me all these 5 or 6 rumors. Fucking Corporal even told me a rumor that Daddy called him on. And you're going to tell all these fucking rumors of lies, but you're not even going to tell them that the fact you beat the fuck out of me?
Mickie, I didn't beat you up, and you know that.
You didn't. That's why your wife tried to call the cops twice in the same fucking night.
Never had an affair.
Okay, Ian, you know what? Because I've been nice. I have turned down shoot interview after fucking shoot interview because I didn't want to do this to fucking public. But when Jerry told me you were having him on your show, and he fucking told me what you said about me, that just pissed me off to no fucking end. I have been fucking nothing but nice and pretty. This is done. Everything now
Mickie,
will come out of
you up, and you know that. You know I didn't beat you up.
Yeah, bent me backwards in the fucking kitchen over the countertop and tried to stick a fucking screwdriver in my fucking eyeball. You tried to fucking kill me, Ian, because I would not give you.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
fucking choked me out right in front of your TV and headbutted me.
Okay, whatever you say.
You hopped a Lucy on my face. Try to take Christmas life like you did last time. Go ahead.
Mickey, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. You say one thing, I say another. There's no sense of sitting there, airing, dirty laundry on some radio internet thing.
Well, but Ian, this is part of why your reputation is so poor. Is the thing with Mickie, and it's one of the things that we need to sort out.
Okay, but she's going to say one. She's going to say one thing, and I'm going to say another. So what's
right?
What's,
It's he
what's
said,
the
she
sense
said,
of
but right
back
at the
and forth?
moment, she has the benefit of the doubt because of your reputation.
How does she have the benefit of the doubt?
I just told you, because of your reputation.
Well, then fine. You believe her and don't believe me. But I'm not going to sit there and argue back and forth over whether it happened or it didn't happen.
It doesn't matter. He'll lie right on everything.
You don't get it. I've fucking been nothing but nice. I would have killed for IWA. I was nothing but an IWA. I fucking leave free to eat it. I would stay up for 3 days at a fucking time when we had fucking triple shots and quad shots, ride that fucking ring trip, set up and take down that fucking ring, run before again, set up concessions, set up gimmicks. After I get done wrestling, go work concessions for gimmicks. This is fucking take it all back down and go to the next town. Why? Because I fucking believe in something that was far greater than I thought myself was. And that
Mickey, you worked your ass off for the company. You're the best girl female wrestler there is out there, and I'm not doubting that one bit or saying that you didn't. I'm saying as far as you saying that I beat you up and all this other stuff, and tried to kill you, that's not true. And that's it.
You trying to be interrupt and talk to John Williams for a minute? Because I'm sorry, but I remember coming upstairs because you trashed my fucking basement, that bedroom. You broke a whole bunch of shit because you threw a zipper here because Patty told you I was gone. I hear a loud thump upstairs coming downstairs. Patty's laying on the ground grabbing her chest. You're standing over top of her with that fucking screwdriver. And I said to me and said, where the fuck is my friend John? You bitch backwards over the fucking counter, tried to stab me in the night with a fucking screwdriver and told me if I didn't give you your fucking pill like you wanted, that I was going to fucking die. And asked me if I ever...
Mickey, I've heard your story all before. It did not happen. So
okay, Ian, you're saying that you were despondent and trying to commit suicide, and Mickie was trying to come to your rescue, and you took offense to it, and you lashed out at her physically. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was going to kiss my 5-year-old. Well, he's 5 years old now. My son goodnight, and she got all up in my face in the hallway and stuff, and I pushed her to the side, and I went and gave my son a kiss goodnight.
Now, why did she get in your face?
Because she was telling me don't wake him up and all this other stuff, and Patty was telling her, my wife was telling her, just let me go, and I'll go to bed, which is exactly what I did.
Well, I don't.
Okay, that happened. He tried to kill himself for like the 4th or 5th time. I sat in front of his bedroom door because he took 12 pills and he got somebody else. Sat in front of his bedroom door. He tried to go and wake up his 3-year-old son at the time, which is my godson, to tell him Daddy was killing himself. Sorry. And then because I wouldn't move from the door so he wouldn't wake him up at 2 o'clock on a fucking Monday morning, he fucking started beating the shit out of him.
Well, what I don't understand...
That did not happen.
Shut up.
Swear on Christmas light, that did not happen.
What I don't understand, Ian, is why would Mickie get so upset just because you wanted to give your child a kiss goodnight? That makes no sense whatsoever. To a rational person, if you want to give your child a kiss goodnight, there should be no reason that anybody would get in your face about it. It's not plausible to me.
I was drunk, but, she was like, you're going to wake him up, he'll never go back to blah, 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 all this other stuff. Mickey, a lot of times, forgot that, he had a mother and a father, and forgot that, she's just his godmother. That's the way it is.
Well, I have 4 kids myself, and, I can kiss them goodnight in the middle of the night, and if they wake up, they go right back to sleep. So, again, not
plausible. You don't know my
James
Christopher.
you know, mine range from 18 to 18 months, and you know they go right back to sleep.
Eric, stop for a second.
Yes.
Outside. We're on James Crystal Light. None of that happened.
Of course, it's going to swear.
Okay, then. I'm done. I'm done. You can't even fucking tell the truth. I'm done. Because now, because you're spreading all the fucking rumors and the lies, you're trying to cause issues. Like, I have promoters calling me trying to say that you're trying to get me blackballed. I'm fucking done now. It ain't gonna fucking happen.
Mickie, you are so... Mickie, you fucking lied to Patty about fucking me for 5 years.
Now, wait, Mickie, how old are you?
I turned 27 this year.
27? Okay. And Ian, you're how old?
I'm 40.
Okay. And Mickie, how old were you when you started training with Ian?
I trained right out of high school.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you know, as I said, Mickie is very impassioned about what happened. And, you know, everybody is going to make up their own mind about what happened. But with your reputation, Ian, the thing that's really going to hurt you is that 99% of the people are going to believe what Mickie says because she's impassioned about it, she's very detailed about it, and it's not the first time that I have heard it, and I've heard it from people other than Mickie that did not come from Mickie to those other people. So, you know, this is one of those things
Mickie,
that if
wife,
it happened...
John Calvin and James Christopher. So unless you've heard anything from them other than her, anything is hearsay or taken on what Mickie says.
If let me tell you this. If it happened, and I can't say for certain whether it did or it didn't, but if it did happen, it's one of those things that you need to own, admit to, apologize for, and let things move on. Otherwise, you're just not going to rebuild your reputation in this business. And you have burned bridges with so many people that you're not going to be able to repair all the damage that you've done. But a good place to start right now would be to apologize to Mickie. And I don't hear any remorse or any sincerity in your voice when talking to her. You're just calling her, flat out calling her a liar. And there is more to it and more passion and detail in what she's saying that would make her more believable, especially if this was placed in front of a jury. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I'm not going to sit here for hours upon end. She says I did something. I said I didn't. That's the end of it. You can either believe it or not believe it.
That's all I'm asking. Project for free, you get the fuck out of me, and that's not why I left.
Excuse me?
Swear on your son's life that you did not beat the fuck out of me, and that's why I left.
I swear on my son's life, I did not beat the fuck out of you.
Pray to God that his heart condition doesn't work because you just lied on your son's life twice.
Whatever.
No cool. Because now, because I'm hearing this on the radio station, I didn't believe it when everybody kept coming to me telling me that you were telling them all these kinds of fucking stories. But now, because I hear this and we're actually all listening to this in the car with the fucking stereo, now I hear you say it. Now I know that you're the one doing it.
Mickie, you can say what you want to. That's the end of it. You know, I try to be civil to you when I see you, and other than that, that's the end of it. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and go back and forth over you know, shit 3 years ago that I say didn't happen and you say did. So it doesn't matter. You know, if you know, if you want to continue to you know, go with it, go with it. But you know, I'm done with it.
You know.
So every everything that you're saying, you're telling me that you're asking everybody to believe everything about anything. And I'm sorry right now, I'm gonna call bullshit on the fucking safety shit. If he called me the night he got home from the queue, that match is falling like a fucking baby. Because you paid him a little over $50 bucks, gave him a handful of bills. And then you told the boys actually, and I've got several boys that will admit to this, that you weren't going to give him the rest of his money because you stole those bills.
He what?
That is what you told him, and that is what he told me. He was fucking crying so hard. He called Mike Burns and wanted to do this interview, wanted me to help him do it against you. And I told him, no, it's probably not the best idea. Which right now, I kind of wish I would have let him. Knowing the way you're going to talk about him after he died, this is fucking bullshit.
So I didn't lend JC $500.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
What happened to the PPI money?
Earlier you told me it was $630.
We didn't drive to the Bardstown exit and get JC $500.
Is that why he asked for trans so he could go home?
Ian, earlier you told me you loaned JC $630.
No, I told you exactly.
No, I wrote it down.
I borrowed $500 from Mike Burns with it being like $550 with the PayPal fees and all that shit. And then he took something out of my house valued at $80. That's $630.
$500 and $80 is $630?
I said I had to borrow $550.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to interject here real quickly.
I had to borrow $550.
I'm going to interject here real quickly just to remind everybody listening, this is And Then the Bell Rings Radio with Jerry Wiseman. Special guest Ian Rotten. We are at a very heated debate. Mickie Knuckles joins us on the line along with Ian. This show is not for everyone. It contains adult content, so listener discretion is advised. And, Mickie, is there anything else you'd like to say?
What about the PPI money?
We're at 44. We got to go to, what, 47?
Yeah. What about the PPI money? What happened to the PPI money?
It was 8,000.
The 8,000 to you, the Tony, and all those guys on it. What happened with that?
Went to the boat,
motherfucker. Shit is unbelievable.
I'm full of shit?
Went to the boat, motherfucker.
Okay, hold on a second. There you go, boy.
Oh, I just pushed the button. I pushed the wrong button.
Oh, once again, you run your mouth about shit you don't even know about. You weren't around. All you're doing is listening to someone else who has a beef because you have a beef with me.
You're a waste of your life.
You have no knowledge. You have no knowledge whatsoever.
You're answer to the wrestling business, and if I didn't lose my job, I would beat the fuck out of you every time I see you. You are the most disgusting piece of crap that I have ever fucking laid my eyes on, and you are a cancer to the wrestling business. You should be fucking banned from the whole fucking world. You suck. You are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play.
And if it wasn't for me, your career would have been dead. So,
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, well, we'll talk on Saturday. We'll see the story changes, won't we?
No, it won't change.
It will change because I'm going to stomp your ass. You are useless, dude. You are fucking terrible. You've owed me $300 for 8 fucking months, and you've been tempted to pay me back.
I just gave you $50 2 weeks ago.
$50 on 8 months. That's juice, brother. That's nothing but interest. You owe me $300 fucking dollars.
I don't owe you I owe you $250, and that's all you're going to get.
I'll beat the other 50 out of you. It don't matter to me. And what about all this Hep C shit I hear about you? You got hepatitis C, and you're running around bleeding all over the place. Now, if you don't have it,
sure I do.
If you don't have it, why don't you produce it?
Let me tell you something. If I got hepatitis C, then Mickey's got hepatitis C because she swallowed 1 million fucking loads.
Okay, that was a little uncalled for. Now I'm starting to lose control of my own show here, so I'm going to put a kibosh on some of this. So, Mickie, do you have any final words?
If you continue to talk to me, you need to get rid of them.
Mickie, do you have any final words?
Hang on.
There you go, Mondo.
Hello?
Pondo?
Yeah, why I have Ian on here, I want, because I've heard this from 5 other wrestlers, and I'm really sick of it. The day that I got my head split open, did you ever get your money for that?
Yeah.
Why do you keep telling people you did not get your money from that you never got your money from that?
I had never told anybody that. I had never, ever told anybody that.
So, JC, Metro, Thumbtack Jack, and 2 others, but anyway, and as a matter of fact, this was after we had a conversation where you got mad at me about not booking Mickie on Carmine, and was
getting lost,
family, but did not care that every time you brought that ring down there, and I want to ask you about this. So why was I paying you insurance if I never had insurance?
You had insurance every show.
Ed Schumann himself called me to find out if I wanted insurance. I said, no, I have insurance. I got Ian. He goes, no, Ian hasn't been paying for that. And I said, you haven't been getting money from me every time?
All right.
You even raised the insurance. That probably because Ed Schumann was so curious of how cheap you was selling.
And it was no good anyway.
Tell me that.
We're way past.
Well,
I couldn't hear the last part.
All right, you raised the insurance on me because Ed Schumann was so curious of how cheap you was selling it, right?
47C right there.
Yeah, I did raise the insurance on you and put the heat on A. Yep, I did do that.
Ed Schumann never got any insurance money from my show.
Because I was carrying my insurance. Ed Schumann didn't need to.
Ed Schumann never got any insurance from you for your show.
No, I had my own insurance.
Where am I going, guys?
What I don't understand is, and this is me in this car. This is me talking to Ian Rotten. I defended you from everybody. I want to know why you feel Patty does not like me to this day.
Why, what?
Why Patty doesn't like me to this day. Why?
Why
okay,
Patty
let me go ahead. Let me ask you in a different way.
Is that what you said?
Did you ever get screwed on a payday from IWA East Coast?
No.
Then why does Patty feel that I never paid you from IWA East Coast?
No, she doesn't.
That's not what she's telling people. That Pondo never paid Ian Rotten. And I make sure that out of anybody, you got your pay. And the one time I shorted you $10, you had a 30-minute conversation with me about it. But then when we go to the Crimson Mask, you don't have 50, and I say nothing. Why? Because I was all about IWA and helping out Ian Rotten, but then I get these wrestlers saying, hey, Ian told me you didn't get paid on this show and stuff like that. And I just want to clarify on this radio show, I never screwed you on any payday. Even when you went home without any money, you called Mike Burns 5 days after that and got every bit of the money that you were supposed to get paid, correct?
Yep.
That's all I wanted to say.
Well, except for the second-day hotel that it cost me to stay there, but I didn't care about that.
The second-day hotel, the reason you was, look, how many hotels did I get when I was coming to your shows?
No. Where am I going?
I got one hotel.
I can't read that.
I got one hotel that somebody else already had and left. Other than that, I didn't get any. But I always tried to get you hotels. You got me one compared to all the hotels I got yet, and that's what you're going to bitch about? that you didn't get a hotel.
I didn't bitch about it.
You just did. You just said that everything except...
I said, other than, you said, did I get all of my money? And I said, other than the second day it cost me a hotel to be there. And I took that out of my expense.
And how many hotels did I get coming in for you?
Okay. Did you say how many hotels did you get coming in for me?
Yeah.
I've gotten you 2 or 3.
You
okay, Mickie
no,
Pondo. Mickie Pondo, you guys, do you have any last words for Ian?
I'm good.
Mickie?
No, I'm good. Nothing's ever going to get settled, straightforward. Because it's not going to get settled. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the fact of either shut the hell up, go straight, and just fucking stop, or prepare for everything that's going to happen. I'm done. I don't want to be mean, and I'm not a mean person. Anybody knows me knows I'm not a fucking mean, hateful person. So I don't know what else to do. Cool.
Oh fuck, he ain't worth the fucking breath.
Okay. Well, Ian, are you still with me?
I'm still with you.
Let me ask you, my friend, how do you explain so many people that have been on your side, that have had your back for so many years, suddenly turning on you in droves? How can you explain that? I mean, Pondo has been one of your staunchest supporters, even up to a few months ago when you first started your shoot job at Taco Bell. Tony has been one of your staunchest supporters. Mickie, just up until a few months ago, wouldn't say anything bad about you when I spoke to her. How do you explain so many people reversing themselves
she didn't say anything bad
out
about
against
me.
you now?
I beat her up. She didn't say anything bad about it. She told you I beat her up. And whether me and Pondo have discrepancies over some business stuff, that happens in the business. If he wants to talk
basically
to me,
these people are turning on you. A lot of the people are turning on you because of the money, right?
Yeah.
Because you owe them money, they're starting to get a little unsettled, and they're starting to lash out against you and some of your business practices. Is that what you're telling me?
I owe Pondo like $50.
And you owe Bullpain over $300, and you said you owe 10 people over $3,000, right? Yeah, that's a pretty good chunk of change.
I owe Bullpain $250.
So
I owe Bullpain $250.
All right, well, $250. You know, we're arguing semantics, and that's kind of pointless when you told me earlier that you owe 10 people roughly $3,000, and that's a pretty good chunk of change, and that's a lot of enemies to have in the business.
Around that, yeah. But I owe Balls a good amount of that, and Dave Taylor a good amount of that. So.
Well, let me ask you a question. What are your plans for paying these people back?
Well, see, what I did is I went out and got a real job, so I can take care of the things I need to with my job. And
but $7.35 an hour, working 40 hours a week. That by the time they take taxes and stuff, you're not going to have anything left.
Would you let me talk? Would you let me talk? You ask me a question and then you don't let me answer.
Sure, go ahead, answer my question.
Okay, so I can pay my bills with what I make at Taco Bell. So then when I get other money coming in, I can start paying guys back. That's how I was able to give Bull money 2 weeks ago when I saw him.
But that was payment from the clowns, right? So that was part of your payment that you got from the clowns.
No. I gave him money before I even wrestled or was paid.
Okay. Fair enough. So you can pay your bills out of the Taco Bell money, but the $3,000 you're hoping to pay everybody back running your shows. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I can start getting smart market money coming in, and that's why I went to I guess you would say the family entertainment stuff, because families and stuff like that are more the come in at 3, 4, 5 people at a time.
Now, do the boys get any of the money from the Smart Mark video, or is it just you?
Nope, it's just me.
Okay. Did they sign a release saying that you can use their likeness on the show for Smart Mark video?
They don't get any from CZW. They don't get any from IWA East Coast, IWA Deep South. You're being filmed, and you know what it's being filmed for, and you know what your compensation is.
Now, if you run a show and the high-priced entertainment that you're offering, say Necro Butcher, Sabu, they don't work cheap, and you only draw 60 people, and historically your shows lately have drawn 60 to 80 people.
How do you know what they work for me for? Could you answer me that question?
I'm getting to a point, okay? They don't work cheaply, even for you. I mean, they may work at a reduced rate, but they're not going to work cheap. And, plus you have to pay the other boys, plus you have to pay the building fee, plus you have to buy the concession food, which you may use your food stamps for, I don't know. But
I don't get food stamps.
Oh, you don't get food stamps anymore?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, so you get concession money, and if you draw 60 to 80 people, you're barely making enough money to cover your overhead. So how do you expect to pay these people back that you owe the money to by running shows drawing 60 to 80 people?
Because then I produce a DVD that sells, nation and worldwide.
And how long does it take for the residuals to come in from those DVDs?
Depends on what DVD.
How often do you get a check from Smart Mark?
I usually get a PayPal payment about once a month from Smart Mark.
And the average payment from Smart Mark is what? You don't have to give me an exact figure, just ballpark it.
I don't know. Like the last one he sent me was like $300.
Okay.
But we haven't put nothing new out in 7 months.
All right. We have another caller here. Hang on. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Jerry, you got me?
How you doing, brother?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am. You're on the air with Jerry and Ian.
How you doing? You know who this is?
It's Joe Bailey. How are you, sir?
Yes. I'm doing real good. Man, you're a work of art. You're a leopard. You don't never change your spots. You don't never know when to get off. You don't know when to quit. Let me count the people in the time that I've been with you that I know you shit on or you screwed. Let's go back to the King of Death matches over in Indiana when that little dumb kid by the name of Ray went and took a second mortgage for over $20,000 on his home. Remember him?
I sure do.
Never got a dime back from you. Kid lost his home.
No, he didn't.
Kid lost his home. He didn't get nothing out of you. Now let's go to the other guy. And I'm sorry, but I don't remember his name. He used to do tattoos. He had a son that he lost to some type of incident with doctors, malpractice or something. He had a big lawsuit. You was getting all this money from him to pay the boys, do this, do that, and do this, and you was going to the boat with it. This kid never got nothing out of it. He went over and opened up the old Statesman building over there, put thousands and thousands of dollars in it, but because Ian Rotten wants to do what Ian Rotten wants to do, the city shuts it down where you can't do it. You talk about bringing Sabu in, Jerry Lynn, and all these different guys in. It was some money mark like Jim Fannin. What's this other goof that you got down there that runs you around down there from the airport? What's his name? Come on, give it to me. Vince Jones, another mark that sits there and dubs everything that Smart Mark Video does for you, does all your pictures, pulls your damn ring, puts your ring up and down. Kids like mine that work for you that you used.
You know, and it goes on and on. Charlestown, you've been through out of there. The Indiana National Guard Armories, they barred professional wrestling because of you. You are barred from the state of Kentucky. You cannot be licensed or bonded in the state of Kentucky. You don't have a damn clue what it comes to in running a family-orientated show. I asked you when I promoted for you to keep your ass in the back, let me take care of the front, let deal with people. But no, you can't do that. You got to be in charge all the time. You've been through out of Kentucky. You've been run out of Indiana. Now you're trying to slip back in there, and you're trying to give that guy down there in Savorsville a black eye, making him believe you're going to come in there and do a family-orientated show or a show with some thumbtacks, very little bit of blood. A leopard does not change its spots. And now that I've heard, and I've got it on a DVD or a CD that this guy's going to run off, that you sold my kid drugs, give my hand to God. I told you I was going to be your nightmare. I'm going to town that you held that damn death hermit in. I'm going to turn it over to the prosecutor and see if your ass can be prosecuted for selling drugs to my son. You come to my son's funeral, my ex-wife didn't want your ass there. She threw a screaming hissy, threw a fit, showed her ass. But I made it possible just for you to visit my son because I thought you cared a little bit about him. And then when you go out to the parking lot, you sit out there and you cry. I didn't know about it 2 weeks later till you told me. My sister-in-law gave you gas money to leave the facility. She didn't tell you she was sorry that my ex or the JC's mother ripped your ass. That's a damn lie from hell. I mean, what can you say for yourself? I'm telling you, Ian, listen to me. I am going to be a nightmare. This guy might let you have your show in April there, but I promise you, I am going to stay on you. You have pissed on the business. You have shit on everybody you can. You just like Jim Jones. You give them Kool-Aid, and they drink it. I don't know how you do it because my boy did it. The shit you do helped kill my son. You didn't help kill him. He got in the ring and done the shit himself. But the shit that you do, and you're not going to bring nobody on family entertainment. That's never going to happen. And I promise you, I am going to be on you like the white and the black on a damn leopard. I'm going to stay on your ass. Believe that, trust that, believe it. Say what you want to. I'm going to get you. If I would have knew you had sold my son drugs or gave my drugs son at the funeral home, you wouldn't have stayed. You are a damn liar. You told me that I would have shot you at the damn. I would have shot your ass.
Joe, I told you that. How much drugs did he get from
you? You never told me. The only damn reason you ever admitted to it, and the only damn reason you admitted to it is because Bull Payne knows that you gave him goddamn money and drugs, and he told me. That's the only goddamn reason you told the truth.
Why don't you ask JR about the situation?
I don't have to ask JR nothing. I don't have to. Bull Payne told me. You told me yourself. You said on national radio.
Got a grievance against me. That's what you're going to listen to. That's fine. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. Trust this. Everywhere you go, I'm going to take this video that's made from this show, a voice video of it. You admitted selling drugs at the King of the Death matches in 2010. You admitted selling drugs to my son. I'm going to go to the prosecutor in that town and see if he'll do something about it. I know my son's not the only kid that you probably ever gave drugs to. I've been around 101 people I've seen you rip off.
You are so full of shit.
Whatever. Well, you know what? You know where I live anytime. You know where I live at any time. I hate you. I despise you. I despise you and I hate you. And I will bring out the truth on you everywhere I can. If I can stop you from making another dollar on professional wrestling and whooping some kid's ass or lying to some fan that's buying a ticket to come in and see Sabu, I bet you anything you want to on this radio station right now that you ain't got Sabu booked to come into Indiana. It's a damn lie. You're forgetting. How many times did I promote shows for you? I got so-and-so booked. They missed their flight. They're not coming. You ripped off the Gilberts, even the Gilberts. That's why they quit doing the Eddie Gilbert Memorial Show with you. The people out here the second time when I first got invested with you, when I was running football shows, when JC was playing football in high school, they wanted to put somebody on the gate because they didn't trust your ass, because they accused you of taking money. I hope the guy down there in Indiana is listening to this show tonight, and I hope you get a $250 cashier's check back in the mail. But I promise you, I will be in every town I ever hear. When he comes up, somebody calls me, because people call me because they know I got a pair of balls. I'll run you down, and you know I'm looking for you. I'm coming for you. I don't give a shit. I lost my son. My son died last year doing the shit that you helped him along with doing with hardcore wrestling and fucking drugs. So I'm going to stay on you. I am going to stay on you. I'm going to help him stay on you.
You set your ring up in the backyard of your house. You set your ring up in the backyard of your house and allowed him to do no rope barbed wire and staple guns and everything else.
That was kids. That's when he was a kid, and I allowed him. I allowed him to do it in my backyard because they were kids, and I supervised what was going on. It ain't the same shit that you got going on. There's a ton of videos out there, and I can prove that. You can go on what's that goofy ass backyard wrestling stuff. There's clips of JC on there. Compare what he was doing when he was 15 into the ring to what he did up there when he worked in the ring this past 2010. But he did come home and tell me, he said, Dad, when I get that video, I want you to watch it. He said, I kicked his fucking ass. So you know what? And I'm going to tell you something else. I don't want you selling shit with my kid's likeness on it. I'm going to get a lawyer to make sure that anything's got IWA on it and JC Bailey on it, that you can't sell it. That you or nobody will sell shit. No, I'm going to. No, and nothing I've ever told you was a fucking threat. I always carry through on my shit. My son is dead. I've got a hole in my heart bigger than the state of Texas. I have nothing else to do. I'm a disabled vet. I'll chase your ass from here to hell and back. Believe that. And if you know what? You know where I'm at? I'm not hard to find. I'm 6'4", 350 pounds, run my old crippled ass, busted ass down, and beat me like you beat one of those kids. Please. Please.
Yeah.
Please. And I'll tell you what you do when you get there and you cross that line.
You're such a fucking mark. You don't even know what a fucking mark is.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna show you what kind of mark I am. You're gonna have to get you an extra set of hours at that Taco Bell, because I'm gonna stay on your ass. I'm gonna earn you. I'm gonna put you on our business. You've been out and been not bothering nobody, but now you come back. So now I'm gonna have to make life miserable for you. This guy down here in Indiana, this guy down here in Indiana is not going to be weak enough after he's done hurt all these people, and he admitted hearing you. See, he's listening tonight. He knows you sell drugs in your locker room. He knows you beat women, stab them in the eyes with screwdrivers and shit. How many times I come to you got up at that Ted Petty show when you beat the shit out of Mickie with a goddamn metal chair, and I told you it's bullshit. How many kids? Oletic, Indiana. You was run out of Oletic, Indiana. You was run out up here at some bowling out there. Yeah, you was. There ain't no whatever. I'm going to make it a point in. Everywhere I know you been, I'm going to get a statement from everybody. I'm going to put it together like a little packet.
With a chair at the Ted Petty I wrestled her at.
You beat the shit out of her at the Ted Petty Invitational in Salem, Indiana, with a metal folding chair. And I'm sure Smart Mark's got it on video somewhere. I'm sure Mike Burns can find it. I'm sure Mike Burns can find that. What about the kid? But what about all the trouble up there at that bowling alley? We're outside where you was beating the shit out of kids, and the police got involved. Got caught this damn people up at that bowling alley.
And what was determined? What was determined?
Ian, I really don't know exactly what was determined, because you vanished, you vaporized. But I know the people are out of business. The people are out of business. Why ain't you in Illinois still running? Did your money mark Jim Fannin run out of money? That's all I do is a money mark.
My friend, definitely not my money mark, didn't want to be in the business anymore.
Yeah, well, what you get it for? A couple $100,000 probably?
Yeah, right.
You'll work. You'll work. I'm going to be looking for you, man. I'm gunning for you. This is a promise. Those days I said I was going to keep my mouth shut, I was going to let you rest, but you run your mouth today about my son, so now you will pay. You will suffer the consequences of running that cheap ass.
How was I running my mouth about your son?
Well, your consequences
now is you sold him drugs.
Drake or nobody else can call you and save you. Drake or nobody else can save you. Do you understand me?
Well,
it won't do good Drake. It won't do good Mike. Nobody call and do me. I don't have to bury you. All I have to do is show everybody everything you've done, and that will bury you. Yourself will bury yourself. Your track record will bury yourself. All I'm going to have to do is present it. All I'm going to have to do, and you know, I don't care if your kids eat. I don't care if they got a roof over their head, because my kid is laying up there in the cold ground, 6 foot deep. Died from head concussion trauma.
I want to interject again here. This is And Then the Bell Rings Radio. Jerry Wiseman is your host. Our special guest tonight is Ian Rotten. Joining us on the phone is Joe Bailey, father of deceased professional wrestler J.C. Bailey, who Ian Rotten has admitted that he sold drugs to in a locker room after working J.C. 4 or 5 times over the course of 2 days, and understandably Joe is upset. I want to warn everybody again that the language is coarse. It is not for everyone, so listener discretion is advised.
Joe,
Ian, do you have anything that you want
to
respond to Joe?
Month upon months. Joe knew that while JC was still alive.
Let me tell you what I know. Why JC was alive. JC told me you paid him $60. He never told me you gave him any drugs. I learned this after he passed away. Last July before JC passed away.
I'm not arguing with this either.
I'm going to tell you what, last July I told you this.
Months ago that I paid the kid, and he asked me if I could help him out, that he was in pain. He gave $5 to $10, and he got 5. I'm sick and tired of fucking arguing about it. It's totally redundant.
Yeah, it's going to be redundant when I get it up there to that county prosecutor up there in Indiana. That's what's going to be redundant, because you admitted selling drugs. You know that? You admitted it. You know you're being taped. You admitted it. I am going to nail you to a wall, John Williams, for selling drugs.
Well, you go ahead and do that, Joe.
Take your bad, scarred ass up and take it to the penitentiary and see how many people you impress in there. Because there won't be no little bitty boys running around there that's impressed with your blading ass. I told you last July when JC called me, he called me because he found out that you beat the shit out of Mickie, that you broke her leg, that you tried to hurt her, and he said, Dad, I want you to help me put this SOB out of business.
On the planet.
Yeah, I got your mama.
I didn't say nothing about your mama. I said lying motherfuckers.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. This guy down here in Indiana, down in Saversville, I know he's listening to this tonight, so he knows he sees what you are. You probably get your cashier's check in the mail, your $250. Tell all you little backyarders that you got booked up here, kids that used to work in my backyard with JC when they was 15, 16, I've seen them all. And there's guys that I gave a break in the business didn't even deserve a break that you got booked on some of your shows going up there. Tell all them kids that worked in my backyard.
Please tell me who. Tell me who.
Ian, it was on your message board. All these kids talking about they're going to be on the April Blood Shires. Buy tickets for me. Get tickets for me. And it was over. There was about a half a dozen of them. You know there ain't going to be. You're going to have Ox Harley up there working you in the main event. Come on. Sabu missed his plane. Necro missed his deal out of Texas or Philadelphia or wherever. It's a common story with you, Ian.
Whatever, Joe.
Yeah, no, it's not. Whatever. What'd you do about in Charlestown when I got you? What happened in Charlestown when you lost your show back up there? What was it, 98, 97, whatever it was, when it was? You never refunded nobody none of that money.
No, they came to the next king of death. They came to the next king of death.
You don't give nothing away, Ian. You don't even count workers' old ladies in.
Hey, Ian, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you, and this is alleged, but I have it on good authority that at one time you had a hard-on for Sean Casey's girlfriend, and that you were joking around that you wanted to install some cameras in the locker rooms where the ladies changed so that you could spy on them. Among them, Sean Casey's girlfriend, the deceased Sherry Martell, and others. Do you want to confirm or deny that?
I completely deny that. You come up with some good stuff, man.
Hey, brother, I'm telling you what I get. I'm telling you, and I said it's alleged, and I'm asking you to clarify, to confirm or deny it. I mean, like I told you, this is your opportunity to come clean and own up to the things that you have done and the things that you've been accused of. And if they're true, this is your time to make amends or to try and make amends. And then that's what this is all about. I mean, you have people listed on your show, Jonathan Gresham, Lewis Linden, Devin Moore, Christian Hami, Hillbilly Jed, Daniel Quinn, Neil Diamond Cutter. Who are these people? They're backyarders.
Jonathan Gresham wrestles for Chikara and CZW, and was trained by the Big Cat Curtis Hughes out of Georgia. Who else did you go with?
Hold on. Devin Moore.
Devin Moore wrestles all up and down the East Coast.
Christian
and wrestled J.C. Bailey in the finals of the King of the Death matches.
Christian Hami.
Christian Hayes.
Hayes.
He's out of Alabama.
Lewis London or Linden. I'm sorry.
That's Flip Kendrick's brother.
Okay, let me ask you something here that's been dogging you for quite some time. You have been accused of allegedly using fraudulent insurance papers, and that was one of the reasons that you lost the show in New Albany, is because you could not produce insurance papers. And the allegations say that you have old insurance papers from someone who is deceased who used to have the insurance, and you changed the date on it. Now, that is the allegation, true or not?
No.
Have you ever used fraudulent insurance papers in order to produce a show?
No.
No.
Yep.
No.
Okay. Then let me ask you a question. Why were you unable to provide the venue in New Albany with your current insurance papers that you say that you will have available for the Selvin Community Center come this coming Monday? Is it the same insurance?
What I did is, let me answer. What I did
I'm waiting.
is, okay. What I did is I got insurance from a company out of, I believe it was Oregon, and that does special event insurance. Okay, and it was right around the holidays and stuff that we were doing that. And
this is the New Albany show?
Right. And the guy said that their lawyer was going out of town and wanted the insurance. I forget exactly the way he put it. Anyway, I paid the premium on the insurance and had them send proof of insurance to them. They said that the insurance didn't what's the word I'm looking for? The insurance didn't cover what they wanted it to cover, and along with other phone calls and stuff that they received, that they chose not to have the show. But they were saying that they didn't. They didn't think the insurance was sufficient enough for the event.
Now, who is going to provide your insurance for the show in Selvin?
We're looking at a couple different.
A couple of different. Now, this afternoon you told me you had someone and that you would provide the information Monday. So now that you have a couple of them that you're looking at.
No. I never said that to you. I said I will have it in the early part of next week to them, and exactly what I told them. I will have it to them in the early part of next week.
Okay, I wrote it down. I have the insurance.
When you buy insurance, it's just like buying insurance for a car.
I know how to buy insurance. I buy insurance for my shows, and I get it out of a company out of California. So where are you getting yours from?
Okay.
Or who are you looking at?
Well, like I said, I'll probably go back to the one in Oregon and see what their place is. I'll go and see what the place is a place out of Philadelphia that does it, and I have another person that does insurance stuff, and they're searching around for me right now for a quote. So
am I still on here with you?
Yes,
am I still
you
on
are,
here
Joe.
with you?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Ian, that's a good one. So the guys down there in Indiana know. I've had special event insurance, and you buy it by the day. And if you show the event's going to go off at 8 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock, so you go down there at 6 o'clock, you call the shop, hey, I don't need the insurance. These people are no wiser, but you guys down there listening, if he does produce you somebody that's legal, make sure you call at bail time and see if he still got it and he didn't cancel it.
Now,
I've never known of him having insurance myself. I mean, I know what he's producing, what we use, what he and I used when I promoted for him back in the late 90s, early 2000s, whatever it was somebody else's. It was something that was gimmicked up and worked up as a gimmick.
Now, can you?
And if he gets a special event insurance, if he says the event is going off at 6 o'clock that night, if he hasn't called back in by a certain time that day to prove or to cancel it, then they will take the payment because he's got to send the payment in to them first. But if he calls them back and cancels it, they'll send him the money back. But, you know, if he gets the insurance and says these guys can call, yeah, this is Joe's insurance company. Well, Ian Rotten got specialty insurance. Well, yeah, he's got it. He's already paid it. It's in effect. Well, so all right, so right before bail time or an hour or two before the show, Ian will call back and cancel it. Cancel it, and then boom. And he gets his money back, and then he gets his money refunded from the insurance company. And the guy down there says, well, I called. They said he had insurance. Someday somebody will pay. Somebody will die in that ring, or some fan will get their eye put out. Something will happen, and some good person will lose everything they have because they trusted Ian Rotten. Ian Rotten can sprinkle the dust. He can sprinkle the dust. He gets people drinking that Jim Jones Kool-Aid, and they drink it. I don't know how he does it because he did that to my son. But I'm out here sprinkling the holy water, and I'm trying to save these cults, these people from falling and being part of his Jim Jones tricks.
Now, Ian, can you provide the names of any of these companies that you're trying to get insurance through?
No, I don't remember them off the top of my head.
Nice.
I'll tell you, Joe Bailey can give you his one he used.
Ian, let me ask you about another fundraiser that you did. There was a little girl that passed away, and you did a fundraiser for her. The boys worked for free. You had a good house. You had good concessions, but when it came time to pay the mother, you gave her.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a fundraiser that you ran for a little girl that had passed away, and it was in Indiana.
And who was this little girl?
I don't have her name. I could find it but it would take me a few minutes. This is something I'm recalling off the top of my head that it was relayed to me. You ran a fundraiser for her, and you gave the family absolutely no money.
That's a lie, because I've never ran a fundraiser for any dead little girl.
Okay, but
fundraiser for anybody.
You ran a fundraiser for Harry Palmer, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you're denying that you ran a fundraiser for the little girl in Indiana and didn't give them any money?
I'm highly denying that.
Okay. Now, we touched upon when we talked earlier about you gambling. Was there a time where you took the payroll for your crew and went to the boat and gambled it away and then told them that you lost it at a gas station?
No.
No.
That's the one he blamed on Mickie, wasn't it?
I don't know. The notes I'm looking at they don't mention Mickie, but it just mentioned that he took the money and spent it at the boat, and then told the boys that he lost it at the gas station or something. I'm trying to dig through my notes here as we talk and stalling for a little bit of time, but that was the email that I got. Have you ever abused anybody in the ring? Anybody that's worked for you? Have you ever taken liberties with anybody in the ring besides Mickie?
I didn't take liberties with Mickie.
So you've never taken liberties with anybody in the ring?
No.
No. Okay, hardcore violent show, and you've never stepped over the line at any point in time?
No.
Okay. All right. Joe, is there anything else that you want to add?
No, it's just that, you know, I wish that I could have been more calmer, but, man, I'll tell you, I wish I didn't have to rant and rave, but I've got so much anger built up inside of me until you've walked in my shoes that I've walked in for the last 7 months, losing my son, and then hearing stuff about pills, and then me hearing it right out of his mouth that he sold them to him, and I know he's beat my son out of money, so I know he owes my son all that money from all the King of the Death matches and all that. So,
well, according to Ian, your son owes him $600 and some dollars.
Yeah, my kid worked for Ian Rotten, made him so much money it ain't even funny. He did this Circus of Death match up for him and Pondo. Nobody never done it in the world. No one. Japanese did it 10 feet above net. JC and Madman Pondo 18 feet. Took a suplex. Ian gave him $100 a piece. Then he passed those little buckets that you get these like suckers and lollipops in that you sell in the concession stands or you buy them at a Sam's. He passed that to collect more money to pay my kid. He might have had 175, 200 people because he's a tightwad. He didn't want to spend no money for advertisement. I run a little old side country show back up there with Pondo and Todd Morton with a 12-foot scaffold ladder, had 800 and some people in the building. Lowest paid guy on the show got $100. The same money my son got for taking a suplex from 18 foot in the area into a net of barbed wire. It's countless. You know, it's just not my kid. There's a ton of people in the business that John Williams, Ian Rotten, has ripped off, that he has stole from, that he has gave every excuse in the world. He's had a ton of kids that came in because, you know, at one time, you know, when the hardcore was in the cycle, you know, I have to give IWA the props. They were standing out there, so kids trying to get a break in the business, they come in, they drive all over hell, they'd work for him for nothing. How many work for nothing? They go out front and get a day-old hot dog and a pop, they still have to buy it from him. He gave nobody nothing. I hope that no other parent has to suffer what I have suffered, because what he deals in leads to what I've lived through for the past 7 months. It assisted in my son's drug addiction. It assisted in all my son's problems with having head concussion trauma. If somebody gets hurt or somebody gets killed at an Ian Rotten show in the ring and that family comes back and goes to sue somebody, Ian Rotten don't only have a pot to pee in, and he probably ain't got a window to throw it out. The story is his mother-in-law won't even stay with him. I don't know. He might have his own home now. I don't know. But, you know, things are rough, man. It can be dangerous for anybody to be a black eye to anyone to allow them to do it. And I hope enough of these kids out here smarten up and don't go back and work for him. There's no paydays. There's a ton of guys out here he's ripped off. $3,000 is just a drop in the bucket from what he owes people. I know he owes my kid probably $3,000.
Well, Joe, I thank you for calling in. Don't be ashamed for being impassioned about what you had to talk about, and I'm glad we could offer you the forum to do so. And, you know, all I can say is keep up what you need to do, and God bless you, my friend.
Well, I'm not going to stop, so Ian, if you're still listening, you're still on here, I'm going to be on you like white on rice. I would like to call this show back later and get a copy of this CD, the audio of this, where I can take it to the prosecutor of that county where my son worked at, where he admitted selling him drugs, and see if we can get some prosecution with it. And I hope that enough has been brought out that the guy down there in Seversville won't let him come in and give his community a black eye. And, you know, if the guy down there is really looking for some good wrestling, maybe I could steer him in the right direction with the company, come up there and give his community some good wrestling.
Well, the show is archived on blogtalkradio.com/Jerry Wiseman, so I can make a copy or you can download it and make a copy yourself, but that's where it'll be, and it'll be available 30 minutes after the end of the show. So, Joe, again, thanks for calling in, and please don't feel ashamed for being impassioned about what you believe in.
All right, Jen, thank you very much, sir.
All right, God bless, sir. Ian, there's a lot that has been said and a lot to be said. We have about 25 minutes, and we have another caller who I have no idea who it is. Do you want to take the call, or do you want to plead your case?
I don't care.
All right. Caller, you're on the air with Jerry Wiseman and Ian Rotten.
Hi, Jerry Wiseman. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, guess who this is, Ian?
I have no idea.
Guess who this is, Ian? You have no fucking idea. I'm the guy whose life you threatened, you fucking piece of fucking garbage. Yeah, your buddy Billy Graham, you're gonna fucking kill me? You fucking liar. You're a fucking sack of shit. You fucking stole from JC. He told me at TOD he would never work for you again. And you got your kid out there fucking using people's heartstrings? Fuck you. You fucking beat up everybody. What about fucking Dustin Lee? You never took advantage of anybody? You didn't threaten to cave my fucking head in with a fucking chair, you fucking piece of garbage? You're a fucking liar. I've got the fucking tapes, dude, of you threatening to kill me, you fucking lying sack of shit. And guess what? Anytime you fucking see an Indian motherfucker, you better fucking watch your back. There's the threat right back at you, you fucking piece of trash. You're the most despicable, subhuman excuse for a fucking human being that's ever walked the fucking face of the earth. How dare you even fucking mention JC's name? There's people that fucking love him, you used him. And you did give him fucking drugs. There's a fucking tape of it, dude. Right in fucking goddamn Wisconsin. In a fucking hotel room. I've seen it. A month before he fucking died. Now deny it. Deny you threatened to kill me, motherfucker. I've got the tape.
You never did any drugs with JC?
No, I fucking didn't. You can fucking ask Burns, you can ask fucking DJ, you can ask fucking anybody, dude.
You never
fuck you, dude. You're a fucking lying sack of shit. Why don't you go break another PlayStation control? I never smoked weed. Fuck you, I'm talking about fucking weed, goddammit, fucking Ian, fucking Rotten, you piece of trash. We're not talking about fucking weed.
It can't be I'm such a bad guy because I helped the dude out and you do something with him too.
Oh, you helped to do that. Yeah, you helped him out by what? Not fucking paying him? Or by showing up at his fucking funeral fucking asking for gas money? You're a fucking piece of shit. Fucking break another PlayStation control over your kid's head. He can't fight back. Beat up another fucking woman. Go into a fucking room full of jackasses how Sherry Martell was trying to fuck you. Another person's name you fucking run in the mud. You threatened my fucking life. Deny it. And why? Because I told you to stop posting lies about my fucking friend. I told you 2 months in advance he canceled and fucking stayed fucking committed, and what did you do? Your fucking problem is anybody in the world, the only thing they fucking talk about is what's going on in real life with you. You can't keep your fucking work in the ring. Dude, if you use your fucking talent for 1/100th of good that you use for fucking doing evil, dude, you'd be somebody in this fucking world. You're a fucking piece of fucking garbage. You threaten my fucking life, dude. It's fucking on for good. For good. Until one of us ain't fucking walking no more. And I'm not a fucking pussy. And I'm not fucking scared of you. Fucking have someone tap you down. You never took advantage of anybody in the ring. Fuck you. You're beating kids up that are in there trying to fucking train. You fucking gang jump fucking Dustin Lee. Fuck you. Why? Because you want to impress his girl and get a piece of ass. You're fucking lying, thieving. You're a lying, thieving, low-life, woman-beating, criminal piece of fucking garbage. You're a scumbag. It's motherfuckers like you that wreck the fucking wrestling business. That's what you fucking are. Fuck you. Fuck you. Anybody that fucking shows kindness to you is a fucking weakness. That's what it is to you. Somebody to take fucking advantage of. You took advantage of my fucking bro, of our fucking bro, and you're gonna fucking lie. You're gonna disrespect his fucking father. Well, guess what? I'm his other fucking son now. How about that, motherfucker? Talk to me. Fucking Billy. Talk to me. Fucking deny that you fucking threatened my life. Deny
Billy,
you're a tough
guy over the phone. You're a tough guy over the phone, Billy.
Yeah, I'm a tough guy. You're a tough guy? With 30 fucking guys jumping motherfuckers, lying to them, working guys in the locker room like you did with Mike Levy? Yeah, fuck you. You make me sick. I am a fucking tough guy. I'm a fucking man who's right. There's more to being tough than being able to beat someone up, you fucking retard. You don't know who you fucked with, dude. I got papers on you waiting at the fucking Seneca Nation, dude. I ever fucking get near you, you're going to be fucking sorry. It ain't going to be physical threats. It ain't going to be a fucking fist fight. It's going to be fucking feds cuffing your fucking ass and dragging you to a tribal court for threatening my fucking life, you cunt. You fucking low-life, dirty fucking cunt. That's what you are. A piece of fucking shit. You are the most subhuman excuse. I've never met a human being in my life that has got one fucking redeemable fucking quality. Except, 8 years ago you booked some good wrestling shows. I admit it. Whoa, wow. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, dude. I'm a tough guy. Yeah, come on, bring out your true personality. Well, I can't provoke you now because the whole world's listening?
I need to interject here real quick, Billy.
You threaten my fucking life, dude. Do it now in front of the whole world.
I need to interject here again real quick. This is in the Bell Ring
I'm sorry,
Radio.
Jerry Wiseman. Jerry Wiseman, I am sorry to you, bro, and I fucking thank you so much for giving Joe, me, anybody the opportunity to watch this motherfucker squirm, to listen to you asking him the real question. Yeah, what about Roland? What about Roland? The money you fucking give this guy.
All you want. You shoot off your fucking mouth. 95% of the shit you said's been fucking lies.
You're full of shit, motherfucker. Name one lie I told. Name one.
Right, guys.
What, choking, right? Choking.
Guys,
choking on
just a minute. This is my show. Hold on just a minute, okay? I am Jerry Wiseman. This is in the Bell Rings Radio with special guest Ian Rotten. This is a very heated subject, a very heated conversation. It is not for everybody. There is some harsh language being used, and I want to warn everybody, if it's not your cup of tea, to tune out now, because it's gotten quite interesting over the last about an hour and a half. There are some very impassioned people having their beef with Ian Rotten, and Ian is trying to defend himself, but it's really to no avail. And I just want to warn everybody right now that the show is of an adult nature. So, we need to keep some kind of decorum here and speak our mind. But just remember, who is listening and watch what we say just a little bit. But be impassioned and speak your mind and say what you have to say, because that's what this is for. This is a forum for people to vent against Ian, for Ian to try and defend what he's done to people over the past, and to answer some of the hard questions that he's been asked, and to try and get some kind of honest answers out of him. So I just need to interject that real quick and get that plug in there for In the Bell Rings Radio on blogtalkradio.com. So, Billy?
Yeah. Okay, first of all, why in the world, this all started with him telling lies publicly about the dependability, someone else's professionalism, and I begged him to stop. But you know what? I knew it was only a matter of time before he gave me a personal reason to bring the fucking shit. I couldn't jump on someone else's beef and just be a fucking crusader, okay? The whole world knows what you did to Dustin Lee. The whole world knows what you did to Mike Levy. The whole world knows what you did to poor Mickie Knuckles, man, that poor girl, from being saddled with the money and the paperwork in their hand, right up to fucking beating her fucking ass. What kind of fucking man are you? What kind of man are you, Ian Rotten? Seriously, what kind of man are you? You feel a big deal. You're fucking, 150 pounds more than me. I got fucking cancer in my stomach, and your answer about everything is you're going to beat someone's ass, but you're just denying to this fucking man, you are denying that you've ever taken advantage of anybody physically in this business. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar, John.
Ian, you want to respond?
I feel sorry for your kids, man. I feel so sorry for your kids, man.
Why? My kids love me. My children love me.
Adolf Hitler's children loved him too. So Charlie Manson's kids loved him too, Ian. They don't know
Adolf Hitler didn't have any children.
Well, metaphorically, let's speak. Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
My point is, as far as blowing up at you on your answer machines was concerned. You weren't around when I had those conversations with that person. It became an ugly situation. I tried to help the dude out and help him get a match that might get him Japan, because that's what he told me he always wanted to do. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan. I was asked if I had another necro butcher, and I told him no, I don't have another necro butcher, but I got a Terminator. And I tried to set that up.
Why didn't you mention Bro's name? He's not here, so I wasn't going to mention him. But I'll tell you what, first of all, the other half of that match didn't show up either, and he's dead in the ground right now, so I guess we don't need to talk about him. But secondly, you knew 2 months in advance, regardless of the... I heard you. I said you knew 2 months in advance that he was not going to do the show. You continued to advertise for 2 months. We shut up about it, and then your little buddy got on the Internet and started talking about someone's professionalism and how he didn't show. That was bullshit. You know it. I know it. And regardless of the conversations that went on, blowing up my answering machine, because I speak my mind, because I speak my mind, how does that give you a right to threaten to kill me? To where my daughter heard it, my family heard it. How does it give you a right to threaten to kill me? That's a crime. That's a felony. Do you understand that's a felony? Do you get that? I could have had you fucking locked up for it, you fucking retard.
Well, then get me locked up for it.
Oh, fuck you, it's not worth it. I'm watching. I'm loving too much the whole... Dude, you're like the Frankenstein monster. You got nowhere to run, dude. The villagers have got the torches. They all know you're in the fucking windmill, and I am loving this, man. Why don't you just do everybody a favor, go back to fucking peddling your fucking tacos, fucking hang up your fucking boots, and leave everybody the fuck alone.
I love this, how I went out.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I was never anything without the ECW legend giving me a big break, right? I didn't do anything on my own, right? My whole life revolved around Ian Rotten put me on 7 fucking shows. Big deal. While he's over there fucking... What about the day you fucking fucked our whole shit up when you were over there pretending you were going to kill yourself with a noose around your neck in front of Mickey and John Calvin? What about that over at the new building there in Joliet? Huh? When Mickey had to break the window?
And what did I fuck up?
I don't know, man. It seems to me a day you're fronting that you're going to kill yourself for sympathy in front of your kid, that you maybe might not be in the right mind of making logical decisions at your fucking wrestling show. Just maybe. But that was just a front anyway, right, for attention. I mean, you weren't really going to kill yourself. You're just doing that because you want everybody to feel sorry for you. You want to fucking wrong everybody, and then you want to play the fucking victim. You're not the victim, John. You're the fucking victimizer. You get it? You're the bad guy. Not a work, the bad guy. You had every fucking chance. I gave you every fucking chance. And guess what? You think that medicine's wrong? You think that medicine, that the Indian voodoo is bullshit? You know it, dude. You wake up at night and you fucking know it, dude. You have had the fucking ceremonies put on you, dude, and your life is never going to get back until you fucking come clean, and you never will. You're fucking too egotistical to admit the truth. Billy Graham, I was wrong. I threatened your fucking life. I'm sorry it was wrong. End of story, but you can't do that.
If you shut the fuck up a second and let me talk. See, every time I try to talk to you, you keep running your fucking mouth.
That's right. I'm like
you. But you won't let me talk to you.
I'm listening.
You just keep fucking going off instead of letting me fucking talk to you. Now, as I was going to say, you weren't there in those conversations with me and that wrestler. You were not there whatsoever. And for whatever reason, he chose not to show up. All right? And you're right. I got pissed off and I yelled and screamed and fucking and hollered at you because I thought, I fucking tried to help you out. And it was like you came to me and fucking blindsided me when you didn't know the whole situation. So
all I asked you to do was stop telling lies in public. You knew 2 months in advance he wasn't going to do it. You continued to advertise.
He told me he was doing it.
And then a month after the fact, you're claiming he no-showed you. He didn't no-show you. I told you 2 in advance he wasn't doing it. And that is not. And you know what? We're past that because we're talking about. I've seen you. I know that you gave JC 35 fucking pills at one time. I've seen a fucking tape of it, dude. I've seen a tape of it, man.
Please do. Please show me this tape.
I'm not showing it to you. Whoever's got it, I'll tell you what. Either they can turn it over to a fucking goddamn prosecutor, or they can burn it for all I care. But the bottom line is, dude, it exists. You were there. I know who was in the room. I'm not going to name the other person because he's already got enough trouble. But I saw it. And you know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm talking about. When everybody else, you're damn right. You know what? hang me from a tree. I'm sorry, I'm in this typical minority in this world, and I don't think that when we're talking about hard drugs, we're talking about smoking fucking weed. I don't think weed ever killed anybody, okay? But yes, as a matter of fact, you can ask anybody from Mike Burns, anybody involved in CBW. Absolutely, I was watching JC's back. Joe and I had a pact. Joe asked me, he said, Billy, when I'm not there, I want you to be like his dad, like his older brother. Promise me you won't watch him fuck up. And I'm telling you, not only did I not condone it, I absolutely did help JC with his problem. I did help him get his shit straight. And anybody that knows the real deal knows that he was clean for 61 days before he died. He got out of a rehab 60 days the day before he died. That's the truth. That's what's really going on, not these lies that people are spreading as they run his name through the freaking mud. And the reason he did it, he was already clean. He came to me at TOD, and he said, Billy, I want to talk to you. I said, what's up, bro? He said, listen, I don't want Mike, meaning Trent Acid's death, to mean nothing. He goes, I don't want to dishonor my friend. You know I've been doing good. I said, dude, you're doing great. I'm proud of you. He goes, but I just want to make sure I'm good for good. I've been thinking about checking myself into rehab. I said, dude, I'm proud of you. He said, well, no, I don't want to do it if it's going to fuck up the shit for the angle here and let the company down. I said, bro, fuck that. You hurt your back. Go take care of it. So the truth, I'm telling the whole fucking world, he was in a fucking rehab for 60 days, got out the day before he died. The medical reports are there. He did not die of a drug overdose. He did not die of any such thing. We all know what he died of that are on the inside, okay? That's a side issue. I'm not even getting into this shit with chair shots and hardcore wrestling. That's not my fucking beef. My beef, Ian, is with you coming out here trying to play the martyr, trying to play innocent and act like you haven't done these things. Everybody makes mistakes, dude. Everybody fucks up. Everybody has made a wrong turn.
What did I not admit to?
Done somebody wrong. Ian, you don't have a fucking plethora, a trail of shit like this every day of the week. It's just people making it up. Are you going to deny that you had 5 people kick fucking Dustin Lee's ass and you were part of it? You marred that fucking kid for life.
I will deny it.
For life. Over what? Over trying to get a piece of ass from a young girl. Come on, man. Come clean, dude. Why don't you turn your fucking shit around? Do you believe in anything?
Why you never even look at sources of things of where shit comes from.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, there was more than one person there, dude. There's more people that have come clean about it than you know. They just won't go public. They're afraid.
Okay.
The toughest guys in the world, the guys with the big muscles, the guys that are blown up, the guys that are going to gang jump one guy all the time, they're the ones that are too afraid. They're either too into their own career, they're going to get blackballed in the wrestling business, don't want to go against the clique. But no, it's my skinny, shit-talking, old, scrawny, pussy, supposed faggot, cancer-ridden fucking ass that called you fucking out. And guess what? By myself. Nobody's got my back but me. Okay?
You're
so
great,
you admit you blew up on my answering machine, but you're not outright admitting that you threatened to kill me. And where have you ever fucking said, dude, you know what, I was wrong, I threatened to kill you? Where did that ever happen?
You won't let me get it out. You won't let me get an apology out to you.
Okay, Billy, hang loose a minute. Ian, say what you need to say.
For whatever that situation was, yeah, I blew up. I blew up bad. All right, but I never did anything about it whatsoever, and it was done in the moment. And for yelling and screaming at you and stuff on your answer machines and shit, I apologize to you. But I also, want you to know that you weren't there when he was telling me that he was going to be there. And you, as his quote-unquote manager or whatever, doesn't mean the same thing as the worker telling me he's going to be there. And that's the end of it. I'm sorry I blew up on you from that standpoint.
Listen, Joe was talking earlier about the Kool-Aid, whatever. I can define it more, dude. And bottom line is, you and me both know that, yeah, sometimes a manager is just a work, okay? And everybody in the business knows that for very, very often, my bros that I work with and everything that we organize, who are you organizing it through behind the scenes in real life, okay? We know there's been guys like Ellering and J.J. Dillon and whatever, and tell the truth. The bottom line is, as far as organizing my guys, making sure people are going to be there and stuff like that. Me being a manager has not been just purely a work. Come on, man, get over it. And as far as what Joe said about that, I'm baffled by it too. It's like I said, if you used half the talent that you had to do right by people, John Williams, it would be a whole different world, because I'll tell you what, every one of these guys, some of the guys that are looked at as the toughest guys in the business, I watched for years as they've said, don't tell them I'm here. Don't let them talk to me. Don't give them my number. And you know why? For some reason, every one of them will admit that they can't say no to you. They don't know how to say, you've got this power, you've got this ability, this talent, whatever it is, this hold, that somehow, that the toughest guys in the world can't say no, Ian. Can't say no, Ian.
I have this hold on grown men.
You do. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because they feel they owe you. You did help put them all on the map. You did get them seen. You did open up other opportunities for them. Nobody's lying. Nobody's fucking denying that, John. Nobody. Okay, nobody's denying. You know, I take that back about you having no redeeming qualities. I do, because, you know, at one point, I don't know what happened to you, dude, but at one point you were about elevating people. You did give people fucking opportunity, and somehow this person always seems to be the one that takes over. Okay,
no, dude,
like
I'm still about elevating people.
This is going to be your legacy. This is going to be your legacy. All the things you did, this is what people are going to remember. Is that you hurt people, dude. You fucking hurt people.
Like I did not.
Okay, Billy.
I'll tell you what. You think so much of my son. Ask my son if I hurt Mickey.
I do think so much of your son. I do. Everybody knows. I think the world of your son.
If I beat up Mickey.
I can't, dude. I'm going to talk to him. He threw me under a bus because he loves his dad. You know, that's the bottom line. And I told him, and I'm saying the same thing now, man. Anytime he needs a friend, anywhere he needs to come to, anything in his life, I will always help your son, because I fucking think he's an intelligent young man, and I feel really sorry for him. I really do. I really hope that somehow he can overcome the stigma. I hope he can overcome whatever, like, psychological shit you have done to him, man, because I know I came up fucked up myself, and look at me, and I can't even imagine, man. I can't even fucking imagine what must go on, because, and you know, I didn't even get to the part about when you jumped poor fucking Thumbtack Jack so you could get out of your booking with being in the ring, the guy you were talking about. Yeah, we forgot about that one when you were supposed to come in and team up with the Hate Club against Cult Fiction, Yeah, I know why you jumped Alex, man. I know why you jumped Alex. You knew CZW would cancel you because
you
people
would come fucking there. The dude was talking shit about
he made a joke after a week of you taunting him about being a Nazi. I wasn't there. There were flies on the wall everywhere. There was not
a fucking joke, you fucking asshole.
It was a joke. Oh, it's okay when you get. It's okay. Now he's getting worked up. It's okay when you tease people, right? But not when someone turns around.
When you talk about my 5-year-old boy who fought for his fucking life.
You want to know something, dude? You know what? I'm somebody's child. You know what? Dustin Lee is somebody's child. Mike Levy's somebody's child. How about that?
J.C. Bailey was somebody's child.
J.C. Bailey is somebody's child. How about that?
I didn't hurt fucking any of them people. I did not hurt any of them people. Do I hear you talking shit? Do I hear you talking shit about Devin? Or do I hear you talking shit about Pondo or Tank? All those moves were wrestling moves. Were they a little tight? Yes, but that was part of the fucking angle.
I'm not talking shit about any of them, because I know that you worked some of those guys, man, just like you worked all of us. I was standing there so confused. I had no clue what was real and what wasn't.
Whatever. Mike Levy went to work for fucking Pondo, and Pondo almost impaled him on a fucking granny pullet thing and shit.
That's what it was.
It was all a fucking work. That's why the kid went and got cleaned. The kid got cleaned up, came back and watched the rest of the show, and then fucking helped tear down the ring and fucking clean up afterwards.
Wait a minute, man. See, you forget that you put me and Toby to watch him because the rest of the locker room was so irate that they were going to kill him, and that he actually did not stay to tear down the ring. He hung around for a little while, and then he was told he better get out of there, okay? I was with him, okay?
No.
Don't believe me, Mike Levy, back me up, man, okay? You know, me and Toby sat with you, and absolutely I apologize for ever believing that was a work. I apologize to Mike Levy. That's who I apologize to, publicly, in front of every hater on the internet.
Watch Mickey's shoot interview. You all believe in fucking Mickey so much. Watch Mickey's fucking shoot interview. You all believe her so much.
Dude, I know that it was a work that was planned, but guess what? You worked the boys and you took it too far, and some people did not think it was a work. Come on, man. Do not even distort the truth. You worked the fucking locker room, man.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to have to interject here for a little bit. We're running out of time, and I'm going to get some final words from Ian. Billy, it's been a pleasure. You are just as impassioned as everybody else that has called in, and with what they have had to say about Ian and their experiences with him. And I'm going to give Ian a couple of minutes here, just out of courtesy to try and answer some of this as best he can in the short amount of time he has.
Quick, Jerry, I just wanted to thank you, and I wanted to say, Ian, I hope you rot in fucking hell. Bye.
All right, brother. Thank you. Well, Ian, I'm not real sure what to say. It hasn't been a good night for you. I do want to ask you.
It's been a fine night for me.
I'm sorry?
It's been a fine night for me. People, we had this exact same conversation today. I said, no matter what I say, you're going to twist it around and turn it to where you want it to be.
But Ian, let me ask you a question. You have so many people, and this is the point I was trying to prove. You have so many people calling in, emailing me, telling the same story over and over and over and over again about you, who you are, how you do business, and the things that you've done. You cannot categorically deny that there is no truth to at least part of what these people are saying. Because if you do, you're fooling yourself. You're not fooling anybody else. You're fooling yourself. You're making yourself believe something that is untrue. Because there are too many people saying the same things, and a lot of them are not related to one another. They don't have business dealings with one another, but they are telling me the same thing, and they've told you the same thing tonight. And you really don't have any answers for it other than they're full of shit. So somewhere down the line, somebody has to be full of shit, and I don't necessarily think it's the people that are calling me, telling me the things that they have said about you.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said to you earlier. You can
so
go
you're
out
just going to categorically deny everything everybody has said about you tonight.
Not everything, but I didn't beat up Dustin. Did he get worked over? Was he expected to pay a little dues? Yeah, sure. That happens. Is he a big fucking crybaby? Yeah, he's a big crybaby.
Well, what about Mickey?
I didn't. Just like I said, Billy believes in my son so much. My son was actually in the house. Ask my son.
You said to me that you pie-faced Mickey. Do you not think that by pie-facing a woman that it at least deserves an apology? Come on, what? If I hit a woman, I would feel less than a man, and I would expect to get my ass kicked by somebody that was a better man than I. And right now, I don't think I'm talking to one. If you pie-face Mickey, then by God, you owe Mickey an apology. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Damn it, you owe the woman an apology if at the very least you pie-faced her. If you beat the hell out of her, you owe her a hell of a lot more than that.
Well, I didn't beat the hell out of her.
But you pie-faced her.
Yes,
you admitted to me earlier today that you pie-faced Mickie Knuckles. Did you not? Do you not think that warrants an apology for striking a woman?
Listen, Nick, please fucking calm down.
Huh?
I said, listen, Nick, please calm down.
I'm calm. I'm rational. I'm asking you if you think Mickey deserves an apology for, at the very least, pie-facing her. And you tell me no.
Dude, Mickey was in my house.
I don't give a fuck what she was doing. It really does not matter what she was doing. A, she's a woman. B, a real man never hits a woman regardless the circumstance. I don't give a damn what they're doing. If they're coming at you with a baseball bat, you take the ball bat away from them and you walk away. You don't hit them. That's a man. And if you hit Mickie Knuckles, then you're less than a man. You're not a good promoter. You skip the boys. You owe people over $3,000. You fuck people at venues.
Listen to me. Does that make you feel good? I'm less than a man.
Brother, my life is beautiful. I don't need to feel good about ripping you apart because it's too easy to do. You make it easy. You bury yourself. You were dumb enough to admit on my show that you sold drugs in your locker room to an addict. So where are your brains? I mean, honestly. You hit women, you sell drugs to addicts, and you run shows.
The dude asked me to help him out, and I helped him out.
Help him out by giving him drugs. What kind of fucking help is that? That is the most ridiculous, retarded thing I've ever heard come out of anybody's face. You do not help out somebody who is an addict by giving them drugs. That's dumb.
I didn't look at him as an addict.
Oh, please. What did you look at him as? A mark?
No, I looked at him as a fellow worker that was in pain.
In pain. You know what? I didn't know JC personally, but I knew the kid had issues. Everybody does. We're all inherently fucked up. It's just to what degree. But I think yours goes way overboard. And you had a chance to redeem yourself tonight, and you failed miserably. Just like you fail at running your shows, just like you failed at an opportunity to apologize to the people that you have hurt the most in this business. You fail, Ian. You have failed. In 2 hours, you have failed to redeem yourself, to provide any qualities worth anything. And you were given that opportunity. And I was fair. I said my piece. I tried to let you say your piece, and all you did was argue and want to be the victim. And you're just beyond comprehension for a mortal human being. I don't know what fucking planet you're from, but whatever it is, you need to go back there and run shows there and maybe get a couple of Martians to come and work your shit, because I really do not think you're going to have shows anywhere around as long as Joe Bailey is alive and as long as I have anything to do with it. Because, you know, Mickie Knuckles deserves an apology, and you refused to do it because she got in your face and she was in your house, and who gives a fuck? That is irrelevant. The relevant point is that you fail. And I thank you for coming on into the Bell Rings Radio. I'm Jerry Wiseman. That was my conversation with Ian Rotten. I apologize for some of the strong language that took place during the course of this radio show, but it was necessary. It was to prove a point. Ian Rotten is a pariah on this business. He allegedly scams people. He admitted giving drugs excuse me, in a roundabout way as partial payment to a young man who had a problem. And you heard the impassioned pleas from people that do not want to see this man ever run a show again. And I am at the top of the list, and I am proud to have Joe Bailey on my side as well as a number of other people. So I want to remind everybody again, Bobo Brazil Jr. is recovering from some strokes and seizures. He is in the hospital in Louisville, Kentucky, and he is expected to be released soon and will have to undergo months of rehab. The Ohio Wrestling Alliance presents May Mayhem at Route 33 Rhythm and Brews on May 20th, featuring a Collar of the Damned match between Vicious Vic the Bruiser and the champion Satan with his manager, the Disciple of Darkness. You're also going to see Nightmare Jimmy Lee against Trailer Park Trash, Vladik Vornoff against high-profile Will Esquire. Frank Stiletto is going to be on the show, and you're going to see Hardcore Heather Owens against Sassy Steffi. And the biggest news of all coming out of this show is the return of Jerry the Worm Wiseman after 14 years. So everybody get tickets. Call Route 33 Rhythm and Brews. Look them up online, rhythmandbrews.com, OhioWrestlingAlliance.com. Thanks, everybody, for listening. I am Jerry the Worm Wiseman, and this has been And Then the Bell.